called The Prodigal Prophet. It's a unique perspective on the Old Testament character of Jonah. Please welcome Dr. Timothy Keller. Dr. Keller, truly an honor to have you with us. You've written a new book. It's all about the prophet Jonah, called The Prodigal Prophet.
Yep.
This is a guy that seems like he's more afraid of being successful than he is of failing.
Well, yes, he is afraid of being successful because he doesn't like the people God has sent him to, and because he's either afraid of them turning toward God and God relenting from his threat to judge them. He doesn't want that to happen, and therefore, yes, he is actually more afraid of success than failure. Or put it another way, for him, he would see success as failure, and that's the reason why he responds the way he does.
Jonah has been one of my favorite characters in the Old Testament precisely because he did what God wanted him to do, but he didn't really want to do it. But he did get the job done.
Right.
What is the parallel for us today?
Basically, Jonah went to the city and preached the city, but didn't love the city. And that wasn't good enough for God, because at the very end, he says to Jonah, how can you not love a city with 120,000 people who don't know their right hand from their left? So he's actually telling us that just to preach the word and to tell people what's true and not have love in your heart doesn't work. And God is not satisfied with that. And actually 1 Corinthians 13 says that too.
You know, it seems like that there is an application for every pastor that would ever get in the pulpit, that it's not only to have the right words, the right message, but it's also to carry it out with the right spirit, in the same spirit that God would intend that redemptive message.
Francis Schaeffer used to say, a Christian minister used to say, if you preach judgment without tears, you don't have Jesus' spirit. Because when Jesus looked at Jerusalem, and he knew at the time that this was a city that was going to rise up and crush him, but he looks at Jerusalem and says, Jerusalem, Jerusalem, if only you knew the things that pertain to your peace, but now they're hid from your eyes. I would like to take you under my wings the way a mother hen takes her chicks under her wings. It's amazing, the compassion, even though he's preaching judgment. He's saying, you're going to be judged, but he's doing it with compassion. And some people have said, I think Luther said, that judgment is God's strange work. That God does judge because he's a righteous God. He does not enjoy judging people. He will do it. And we're not supposed to enjoy condemning people. And so that's one of the lessons of Jonah, yes.
I think it's a lot like when a parent says, this is going to hurt me worse than it hurts you. I don't enjoy this when the discipline takes place. The kid never believes it, but it's really true.
Right.
And as we become parents, we know it's true. Nobody enjoys applying discipline. If they do, there's something really sick and evil about them.
I would say most parents, very few parents, enjoy disciplining their children. But I do think, I'm afraid, there's too many preachers and Christians who do enjoy condemning people.
Oh, I think you're right, and I think that's one of the great tragedies of the modern-day church. One of the applications that I drew from the book was that there is an inherent danger that we would want to keep our congregations just like us, and we would be afraid that people might come in of a different color or a different culture.
Yeah. When Jesus Christ is asked, what does it mean to love your neighbor? Jesus gives us a picture of the parable of the Good Samaritan, and the Good Samaritan risks his life because it was a dangerous road to stop on, and he gives practical material help to someone who is racially and religiously different, someone of a different race, different religion. And that's the person Jesus points to when someone says, what does it mean to love my neighbor? Jonah is, you might say, the anti-Good Samaritan. He's the opposite. Because God asks him to go to people who are racially and religiously different, and he doesn't want to go. And at the end, he only goes begrudgingly. And it's clear that the book is trying to tell us that this is wrong, because all through the book, whenever Jonah is brought into a relationship with the pagans, he despises. So the pagan sailors in chapter 1, the pagan Ninevites in chapter 3. Every time he's brought into close contact with them, the author of the book shows us the pagans are more admirable. They act more admirably. They show more humility. They show more graciousness, which to me is a way of saying that yes, Jonah is being called on the carpet by the author of the book for his attitude toward people of other races. By the way, it also shows us that what the New Testament says is right, and that is that we're all equally lost and we all equally need grace. Religious people as well as irreligious people, everybody needs the grace of God.
And maybe one of the most off-putting things that we ever reject as believers is a sense of elitism or better-than-youism. I think you certainly speak to that as you discuss the prophet Jonah. We are delighted to have you here. Thank you for joining us, and I hope it's a bestseller and that people will read it and take heed to its message.
Thank you. Thanks so much for having me.
It's been my honor. Thank you. Well, Dr. Timothy Keller's new book, The Prodigal Prophet, Jonah and the Mystery of God's Mercy, it's a fascinating book about Jonah, the struggle with defiance and disobedience, and the reward of compassion and equality as well. It's available right now at bookstores everywhere, as well as online at timothykeller.com.